Happy Monday morning.
Happy Monday morning.
This conversation is about how to cool it when you're angry. So we know that there's a lot of sensations that go on when you're angry. That feeling of being red or flushed or wanting to lash out, that heat, that energy. And so as a brain trainer, we want to talk about how to cool it because we want to give you some skills to deal with it. So this is Rita Wood. She's the fabulous brain trainer and practitioner. And I'm Tammy Magnuson. So give us some ideas. How do we cool it when we're just like, we just blew up, we just flared out, we just laughed, we're ready to lash?
Yeah, it is definitely an autonomic thing that occurs. So we have some sort of training in our brain, some sort of pattern that we have that it's our go-to. So sometimes it's really out of our control. You just feel out of control, and that text come in and the pain gets evoked and the hurts gets evoked and you're like, what can I do? So Tammy's the creative genius here. She is an imaginative queen. So what's really important, Tammy, is to be imaginative because your brain captures images and sounds. So I know sometimes they say, break the pattern, break the pattern. You're like, how do I break the pattern? It just doesn't make sense. What you want to do is it's what we've called in our business is defractionation. So there is a fraction, there is a process that your brain goes to get excited, to get pissed off, to get annoyed, to get hurt. That pattern in your brain, there's neural connections that are coming in. We want to interrupt that.
Yes.
We want to keep, and so what you have to do is, if you're this sad, then you have to be this much more excited.
Yes.
Okay, or happy. And so for me, I had to do something physical.
Yeah.
Or I do the stop technique, which is in the
right. And the stop technique works great once you've kind of started training your brain, like, oh, stop the pattern. Oh yeah, that's right. It's kind of like a reminder, like stop the pattern. And it's so fascinating because I'll never forget watching this like, those blooper kind of things where they go up and they talk to people. And so they brought these people in, they got them super angry. All right. And they took half of them and they put them in this room where they could break things and throw things and just really get all their anger out. And then they put the other half in this room where they did art. One of them played piano, one of them was painting, one of them was dancing, there was music. And when they came back, they studied this and they said that the people that were angry, they interviewed them and they were like, I'm just going to kill that person. If I ever see them, I hope their mother dies. And, they were still so angry. And the people that were sent into the art room, every single one of them said, you know what, that person's probably having a bad day. Like they gave them the benefit of the doubt. But the important thing was that they felt good. All right. If someone does something bad to us, why do we think we should keep beating ourselves up with it?
You want to sit with that because it's so deep, because what we're really doing when we're angry, when we're sad, when we're lonely, we are sending those messages to our brain. Our brain's doing those chemicals are in fight, flight, and freeze, tearing our body down, ruining our digestive system, and our body is tight and intense. So when you do the art project, when you go out for a walk, when you go out and you look at nature, your brain you're using a different part of your brain.
Yes.
You're relaxing it. You're becoming more conscious and more aware. And so I know we say, break the pattern, just breathe. There's some truth to that. Even though that part of us that is really hurt and upset does not want to hear it. I know a lot of people are like, so beside themselves, they're like, they don't know what to do because they are in a hypnotic trance. They're in a state, they're in their anger state, they're in their personality now because they've been doing it for 20 years. And doing brain training, you're literally, there's purposes for what we're saying here. Sometimes it doesn't come out that way. Sometimes it comes out like, you don't understand. We do understand. I too was there. I had a text from my husband that came in, and this was during the training. And like, I couldn't even see, I literally, I
couldn't see straight.
Could not see straight. It took me, I did the stop technique over and over and over again until my brain collapsed and flattened those neuro that were firing together. Once it flattened it, I was able to look at the text and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, he didn't say anything that was offensive. He didn't say anything that was
Yeah.
degrading. I reread the text like 5 times and I was like, wow, he was just inquiring about a
Yeah.
possibility or concern. And I
We
was
misinterpret it, right? Yeah,
totally,
based on our own already past history with that person, right? So we just want to be really available for our present self. And guess what? If you don't deserve what's happening to you and you don't deserve what they did, and that's not fair, then love yourself enough to stop thinking about it, to interrupt that pattern. And I had to get really, really, really
honest.
creative
Oh.
sometimes, honest, yeah, really creative sometimes. Like I ran outside in the snow barefoot. I remember just being like, I just gotta do something right now because I'm in this state that, and I knew better. I knew like I need to get myself out of this state so I can drive my own brain again because it was running me. Okay. Whenever you feel like your brain's running you, that's when you know you need to stop this and do something drastic.
It's got to go 10 times
Yeah.
more excited, more happy, jumping jacks, singing happy birthday,
Yep.
getting some music going, get your
Songs,
body moving,
dancing.
do some
Mhm.
squats, do some pushes. That way do some math, do
Oh
some math,
yeah.
do some timetables, because
Spell things backwards.
spell things backwards. That's really,
So
really
you're going to switch over to the logical side of your brain, and all those chemicals will start to stop flooding you, and you will start to think, and you'll be like, oh, now I'm thinking clearly. And that's what we want for you, because when you're thinking clearly, you're going to make better decisions for yourself and for everybody else.
I don't know if you've heard this, but sometimes they say, don't drive when you're angry or upset.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a thing. I remember a police officer saying, I don't know if it was me or someone else, because I can't remember. They said, don't drive when you're angry and don't drive when you're upset, or emotionally upset, because your brain is not functioning
No.
in a driving structured way. It
Right.
is on fire. It is, you're upset, you're pulling in, things are happening in front of you, and you're just like,
I've been there.
yeah.
I've done things I'm like, I don't care if we die, I'm
Right.
driving.
Literally, that does happen. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was just me, but so what you want to do, what you want to do is you want to train your brain and you want to be conscious about it. Yesterday, we were talking about emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
What is your emotional intelligence IQ, or in this case, EQ? So, and there was 5 steps to gauge your emotional intelligence. So 0, not very emotional or intelligent, and 10, really intelligent. How conscious are you? How aware are you of what you're doing? How are you responding? Number 2, how are you responding? Number 3, are you taking responsibility for what's going on inside internally? And the 4th one is, who's driving the bus? What beliefs do you have? What perspective do you have? Drive your own bus, redirect your own bus, reroute it. And the 5th one is your action. What kind of actions are you doing?
Yeah.
So, and you can gauge if you are in a situation and you're like, okay, what's my emotional intelligence at this moment? I'm not responding good. I'm a 0. I'm a 0. Oh, I'm a 10 here. Oh, so this tells you that you are not being emotionally intelligent. Sometimes we act like we're 5 years old and we don't even know that we're acting like we're 5, because it's an old program and an old pattern that has been repeating.
Yeah. And that's, bringing us right to change that memory so that you can have some control over this. In interrupting it becomes easier and easier. And so you're valuable, you're worth it. And the only person that's ever going to be with you 24/7 is you. Okay. Your spirit is inside your body. So treat your body nice in your thoughts, in the way that you think about other people, and you will notice great differences just in that alone.
Yes.
All right. Well, share this with someone, someone that you could gift this to that would appreciate some information to help them. All right. And post below if you have a great interrupting technique that works for you, because you know what you share can really benefit somebody else. And what we're doing works for us. we got to know ourselves well enough, and what you share can help others. And then click that notifications, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, don't forget to print out the stop technique, post it on the bathroom, post it in the refrigerator, post it in your car. So anytime you have a thought or emotion that does not benefit you, you do that technique until you break the pattern.